Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. Before I get into the topic of this video and the meats of it, I always have these, I gotta take these off. Before I get into the topic of this video and the meat and guts of it all, I just want to say thank you to all of my new subscribers that just came here from Khadijah's recommendation. I want to say thank you so much for giving my channel a chance. I really appreciate all the support. Thank you to my older subscribers. Thank you to my new ones. Like, literally, it means so much to me. I was literally grinning from ear to ear yesterday. I was so shocked, and I was so appreciative of all the feedback, all the comments, all the subscriptions, all the likes. Like, thank you so much. This is such a boost, you know, in my confidence of making these videos. I'm so glad you guys liked my Britney Spears video and my colorism video. Like, I appreciate it so much. And I also, obviously, want to say a huge thank you to Khadijah for shouting me out. I was so shocked, but so excited at the same time, and I really appreciate what she's doing by using her platform to give smaller creators like a platform and a chance to grow. So, I mean, also like for my older subscribers, if you don't know who Khadijah is, I'm gonna link her channel down below. Go follow her. She's gorgeous, and she has just chef's kiss commentary that I thoroughly enjoy. So yeah. Also, I don't know how you guys feel about this lighting. I've recently just really enjoy this purple lighting I've got going on. Let me know if you like it or if it's maybe too much. I didn't want it to be too much on the eyes, but yeah. All right, without further ado, I'm gonna get into the topic of this video. So I've got my little notebook right here. If you guys haven't gotten your tea or your coffee or your snacks, go ahead and get that. Get yourself maybe a notebook if you want to take some notes, because we're about to get into it. I made this a little too strong. This is coffee. 5 things I wish I knew before I signed my first modeling contract. I can't fit into a video all the things I want to talk to you guys about modeling and what you should know about modeling before you get into it. So I'm gonna start with these 5 things that I think are the most important. I think that these are the 5 things that you just really don't hear enough about. Hidden fees. Now, I use this term lightly because they're not technically hidden. They are in the contract, but they are, how do I say this, kind of minimized in the contract. You kind of have to like read in between the lines in certain modeling contracts. Some modeling contracts do have it all out there, but a lot of them don't. In the United States, you sign with an agency, like a modeling agency, and the most that most agencies can take out of your check is 20%. Like, by law, they cannot take out any more than 20% of your check, because that's the cap. That's usually how much most agencies take out. I don't know of any, I think maybe one agency that only takes out like 15%. Everyone else is going to take as much as they can take, which is 20% out of your check. A lot of you probably don't know this, but when you are signed with an agency, you have to pay them for you to be on their website. Yeah. I personally think it's pretty bizarre because you're already signed with them. They want to make money off of you, so you would think it would just kind of happen that you're on their website and you wouldn't have to pay a fee, but that's just not the case. Every agency does this. They charge you a website fee. Then there are other agencies, specifically in New York, that charge you anywhere between $500 to $1,000 to $2,000 a year just to be on their website. And if you don't have to pay it, right? But the whole idea of it is these clients go onto the agency's website to look at models who they, you know, might want to hire. And if you're not on the website, they're not really gonna know to ask for you. So you're really gonna want to be on the website. So therefore, you're gonna want to pay that website fee. So that's a lot of money. And the thing about it is, some agencies are just ruthless. Some agencies, like, you know, they do it with each paycheck, they take a little bit out so you can pay them back for what you owe them. But then there are other agencies that let you book your first job, right? Let's say the agency website fee is $1,000 a year. You book a job that pays you $1,500. They're going to take that $1,000 out of that $1,500 check that you get, plus the 20% that you owe them. So you're not going to see barely any of that money.
Yeah, I feel very attacked.
Not all companies do this, but a lot of agencies will do this to you, and it's very shocking, especially if you are one of those people who, you know, are busting their ass. You didn't come from money. You have to work really hard to be able to live in the city. that money that you're possibly relying on to pay some bills is not going to come your way anytime soon. Everything your agency does for you is going to be charged to you. And I don't mean to say this in a way to demonize the agencies. Just remember, it is a business. Like, you can be really close to your agents, but remember that it's a business. So everything they offer you is going to get charged to you. Like, for example, you go to an agency party. Like my past agencies would always do agency parties, and I would go and they would offer, hey, do you want me to get you an Uber home? Like, it's on the agency, we'll get you an Uber home.
Not today, Satan.
That is going to be charged to your account. It's like that. So you're paying everything that you're getting from them, you're paying back, because really you're getting it from yourself. So just remember that. Comp cards cost money, all right? A comp card is pretty much a model's idea of a business card, and it has our face on the front, our face on the back. But on our face on the front has the agency's name on it, and on the back it has your measurements, and yeah, it just has like your physical measurements and your height. More recently than not, like in the past 5 years, it also has your social media like information. And then also, like, it usually has your agent's contact or something on it. They cost so much money. I have a sneaking suspicion that all of these agencies upcharge so much. When I say so expensive, it costs anywhere, just like the website, anywhere between $500 to $1,000 for comp cards. Sometimes it's lower, like I've paid $350 for comp cards before, but they are expensive, and it's not a one-time fee. Every time they have to reprint your comp cards, they're going to charge you that same amount. Oh, every time. And if you're not careful, certain agencies, they will constantly restock your comp cards. Like, if you're getting low as in you only have like a couple left, sure, they're going to restock it because you need them. You do need them. However, I have had previous agencies where I had to ask them, why the hell are you charging me every 2 weeks for new comp cards when I have so many at home? There's so many, because the comp cards are usually in the agency. You have to go and get them, and they're usually like every model's comp cards are stacked up separately, and you can just find your face and take a stack, you know. But like, I would have to go in and be like, you have a stack of comp cards right there, I have a stack of comp cards at home, do not charge my account for comp cards unless I ask you to, or unless I am getting really low. And even then, talk to me about it first, since you are spending my money ultimately. They don't do that. And a lot of models just get duped by that, because they think that you could go and make, like, let's say you make $5K on a job, and you gotta pay them 20% of that $5K, and then all of a sudden you also have to pay them $2,000 of what you made, because that's how much money they racked up on restocking your comp cards. So you have to be careful. Now, also about comp cards, outside of just the regular restacking, there's also a show package. So if you want to be a part of Fashion Week, it is so expensive to be a part of Fashion Week, and there is very little reward if you don't get enough work. And if you want me to do a video about Fashion Week, I can do a video about Fashion Week and my experience. Just remember that this is my own experience. I know models who have had a great experience with Fashion Week. I just didn't. But regardless, something that all models can agree with is that Fashion Week is so expensive on the model in every way. Like, emotionally expensive, physically expensive, and just monetarily, it's very expensive on our part, because we have to pay for everything. You know, agencies, whether they're big or small, they have a set group of girls who they're going to market for high fashion, and that includes Fashion Week. They go around, they ask certain girls if they want to be a part of it. If you choose to be a part of it, and if they give you the choice and you choose to be a part of it, then you have to pay not just for your regular comp cards, but your show package comp cards. I don't know why they do this. I guess it's just supposed to be trendy and cool, or what the fuck ever. They design a whole new card for the Fashion Week comp cards. So they call it the show package. So you're paying not just for new comp cards, but comp cards you can only use during Fashion Week, because they have a different design and they're for Fashion Week. And you know, agencies do a lot of like interesting comp cards, I'm gonna say. Like, one year I knew a girl whose agency did like a Pokemon theme. There was the previous agency I was with, I think one year they did like a caricature theme, which I fucking hated. But they just did so much, and I hated it, because the whole idea of a comp card is to give them the best 2 photos that you think you have in your portfolio, along with all your information. It's not supposed to be a gimmick, really, and that's what a lot of these comp cards like tend to be for Fashion Week. So you have to pay for this very gimmicky show card, and the whole idea behind it is like, hey, it's gonna get their attention, like your card's gonna stand out above everyone else's, and to an extent they're right. However, it doesn't matter if your face is unrecognizable because they've chosen some insanely like elaborate idea for the comp cards. But I fucking hate it, and I know so many other models who fucking hate it. Like, just let us use the comp cards we're already paying for. You can use them outside of Fashion Week, but because of how bizarre a lot of the Fashion Week cards are, you're not going to want to, because it's not going to get you a job. It's most likely going to make people look at you like, child, what is this? Like, I can't even see your face. One of the general things that most models always say to each other is like, if you don't like want to work with me during Fashion Week, like let's say I go to a casting, if you don't want me, that's okay.
But give me the card back, because I gotta pay for these.
And that's even after outside of Fashion Week, that's how a lot of us feel. Like, if it's, you can tell us to our face that day at the casting that you're not going to pick us, and we would greatly appreciate it, because then you can give us our card back. Just give us the cards back. They cost too much money. Them cards cost rent, bro. I'm not joking with you. Those cards cost rent. The extra fees, because the extra fees will get your ass. Like, I'm not trying to ruin your trust in humans, but it's all a business. All right, on to the next. The next thing I wanted to talk about is how long it takes to get paid in the modeling industry. For the most part, the baseline for most agencies, timeline for when a client needs to make sure they pay you by, get ready for this, is 6 months.
What the fuck is going on in here on this day?
6 months. They allow a client to wait 6 months until they are like, okay, we're gonna take legal action because you haven't paid our model yet.
6 months.
Let me explain this. I did know that. It's all these things are in the contract, but these things are very downplayed in the actual conversation with the agency. Here's how they phrase it, right? Yeah, most models get their money within a month of working, which for a business and for modeling and things of that sort, it's actually not that like much time in between. Most people's bills are monthly, so getting paid every month is actually like, okay, cool, sure. They say, yeah, most models do get their check within a month or maybe 2 months. They don't usually have to wait 6 months. I'm not gonna say that's a lie for every agency, but from the agencies that I've gone through, that is a lie. It happens way more than it should. It happens at a point of normalcy. I was with an agency that literally it was a normal thing for clients to not pay for 6 months at a time. And when I would talk to my agents like, hey, what the fuck is going on? Like, why am I not seeing my money? Are you asking the client? Are you on their ass about where my coin is? And they would just be so nonchalant.
You have to be patient.
And it's like, no, 6 months goes beyond anyone's patience, truly, when it comes to their money. Where is my money?
What you want, don't act like you forgot. Bitch, better have my money.
I had a client who paid me a year apart because I worked for this client twice within a small span of time. So I didn't know after the first time working with this client that they were going to take so long to pay. So I worked with them twice in a small span of time, and it took them a year's time to pay me. Here's the other thing. They say after 6 months, then they're willing to take legal action. However, you have to pay for the legal fees.
We do love working here. It's just, we all have a lot of laughs.
Fuck off, Janet. I'm not going to your fucking baby shower.
Usually they have more money than you have. So you don't have the money to take them to the court legally. It comes off, and when you talk to them, it comes off as after 6 months, they'll have your back, they'll go to court, they'll handle the legal stuff. No, they'll go to court, but you pay for the legal fees. You, not anybody else. So 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna do that because it's like, I don't even have the money to do that. Why do I have to pay more to get the money that they owe me? When it comes to the 20% out of your check, that's not the only thing they charge clients for. There's something else that they also get paid for. Agencies have an agency fee. Yes. On top of being a model and them taking 20% out of your check, they also charge the client an agency fee. And they get their money up front. That's when they get paid. So the whole idea of I get paid when you get paid, because a lot of agents will say this, I get paid when you get paid, is a lie. They're getting paid regardless, and they're getting paid before you are, because no matter what client they work with, they always get their money, their agency fee up front. While on the other hand, they're willing to make you wait 6 months to a year sometimes to get your money. What are you talking about? I know. Let that sink in. I know. Advancements. So I know after hearing this, you guys are like, well, how the hell did you ever get your money if you had to wait 6 months to a year to get your money? Like, how did you even like keep going, to be honest? So there's this thing called an advancement. And it sounds exactly like what it is. Let's say, okay, you've made 12K, but you need like 5K to last you the next like 2-3 months, right? So you go to them, you said, hey, I've made $12,000 with you guys so far, and I need to have some money in the future, in the immediate future and later, you know, I can't just be waiting all this time to get paid. Can you advance me $5,000? And if they say yes, then they'll give you, from their account, they'll give you $5,000. And then you have that. But then, when you get your money paid, not only do they take the $5,000 out, they take interest out. So that means that every day that they don't pay, that your client doesn't pay, they're going to take interest out. Some agencies have a fixed interest rate, which is way better, but some agencies don't. So let's say you booked a big ass job and it paid you $50,000, right? And you're like, hey, give me a like $10,000 advancement. They are going to charge you so much in interest. So by the time that, because mind you, the bigger the pay is, the longer it takes for them to pay you. So you booked a $50,000 job, right? It's gonna take them probably 6 months to pay you that $50,000, if not more. And you ask for an advancement within the first 2 months of booking that job. So 4 months of interest on top of the advancement you asked for is what you're going to be paying when you get it back. Now that might not seem like a lot when I give you the numbers like $50,000 and you know you have to pay the interest, you still have a good amount left over. But imagine if it was like just $3,000 that you made and you asked for an advancement of $1,000 and then they add interest for however long it takes for that client to pay. You're not gonna see much of that check. So that's something else I wish I actually fully realized. The way they made it sound was that, okay, yeah, all this is a thing, but it doesn't happen often. Usually you get paid on time. It doesn't happen that often. So it's all good. Don't even worry about that, because there's very few times you have to wait 6 months to get paid. Very few times you're gonna have to ask for an advancement, but this is just the protocol. This is just procedure just in case. And I believe them. But no, this happens way too often to just be portrayed in the way that they portrayed it, okay? You will probably have to ask for advancements a lot. I wish I had known about everything before, because I would have demanded in my contract that I am allowed, like, you can't tell me no to an advancement. If I have enough money in my account, like for what I've made on paper, to ask, you know, for what I'm asking, then you have to tell me yes. Remember, it's a business. These people are not your friends first. It's a business first, possibly friends later. So they're going to find ways to get money from what you're bringing in every step of the way. This brings me to the next topic. Something that I didn't know. Y'all, there is a such thing as a non-advancement list, okay? Let me explain to you what that is. There are clients that agencies work with, okay, who take 6 months to a year to pay their models. And they know this, and they keep working with them. And they just say, okay, we know it takes you forever to pay, so we are gonna put you on a non-advancement list, which means any model that gets sent to work for them cannot ask for an advancement from the agency, because the agency is like, no, this client has a track record of not paying for 6 months at a time. We're not gonna see our money come back fast enough, so we're not gonna give you that money.
What? What the fuck?
Yes, yes. Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing in every agency too. Every agency has this list, and they still send their girls out to work for them, knowing their girls won't get that money for 6 months to a year, if that. Knowing that if that girl is in a dire situation and needs to ask for an advancement, they're not gonna give it to her because they know that client's not gonna pay.
You did this for what?
Why not?
Why?
Why not?
Things I wish I knew before signing my first contract. And I'm getting extra pissed off at this because like I still have it fresh in my memory when I figured this out. This is the client that didn't pay me. Like they paid me a year apart for a job. And when I was asking about like, why can't you advance me on this fucking job? They were like, oh,
Well, they're on a non-advancement list.
I was like,
Bitch, what?
like, and I remember talking to the agent at the time that I had and saying, wait a minute, why didn't I know there was a non-advancement list? That seems something that I, in particular, as the model, have a right to fucking know about. Since you're sending me there, I'm the one doing the work. Why didn't I know about this? Like, if I had known about this, then I would have been like, I'm not working for you. Like, I'm not gonna wait a year apart for my money. I'd rather just get a client who's gonna pay me on time. Models should have access to the clients that don't pay for like at a reasonable amount of time. It's our money. We should have that list, and we don't. Most of us don't. Most of us don't even know about this, y'all. And I remember telling this person, I was like, hey, well, if that's the case, and if I can't see the list, just, I don't want to work for any of those people. If there are people on a list that you know is not going to pay 6 months, like until 6 months to a year, I don't want to work for them. Fuck that. And mind you, at this time when I was working this agency, I was very clear about me needing to make some money. Okay, like I'm not shy of telling someone I'm broke because it's not something to be ashamed of. It's just a way. It's just a temporary part of the life that I was living, and I knew that. So I didn't have any fucking shame saying, hey, I'm busting my ass 24/7 when I'm not doing modeling. It would be great if you could start making me more money. I always kept it 100 with these people, and to know that they still actively sent me out to clients that they knew weren't going to pay me for 6 months, knowing that I was struggling. It's not about you, it's about them and how they make their money. The agent that I had at the time responded by saying,
Well, that's kind of difficult because most of our clients are on that list. Like, it's very hard to find a client nowadays that doesn't take, you know, a long time to pay. It just is how it is.
oh! I was like,
What? Excuse me?
I didn't like it, you know, because I see myself pouring the champagne all over the table and leaving. I mean, I was just like a millisecond from doing it.
I was livid. Just knowing that information made me so mad. So if you are going to go into modeling, I would highly suggest you making it a part of your contract that you don't get sent to clients that are on that list at all. This is a little less serious. It is serious, but just not in the same sense. So if you didn't know this, most agencies have a minimum amount of which they're going to charge for each model, right? They have like a base minimum amount. That is something that you need to find out before, hold on, there's a helicopter. Hold on. That is something you need to find out before you sign the contract. And let me explain to you why. Depending on the agency, depending on the agency's reputation, depending on how the girls from the agency or the guys from the agency perform at work, depends on how much an agency can charge for the model. Some agencies are cheaper than others, pretty much. And you need to find what the baseline price they charge is, because that is going to set your worth. Sounds bad, but that's gonna set your monetary worth in the industry, okay? Especially if you're with an agency that pushes you really well and you book a bunch of work. If you book a bunch of work under a cheap rate, it's going to cheapen your image. Maybe not to the blind eye, right? Which means the people who are just watching you on these commercials and things, but it's gonna cheapen your rate to, like, for clients, for casting directors, for companies. They're gonna expect to be able to pay less for you. The first agency I was with, they charge like minimum $750 and $750 a day. Let me explain that, because I said that and some of y'all probably were like, oh, that's fine. Not for modeling, it's not. not for modeling. If you know the rates with modeling, you know $750 is nothing. $750 is half a day. That's what that should be. But the agency that I was with when I first signed, $750 a day was the rate. I was very much undersold, and I'm actually very happy I didn't work very well with that company or with that agency, because if they had actually promoted me the way that they were supposed to, if I had actually booked a shit ton of work, then I would have been that girl throughout the industry who is only worth $750 a day, while Becky over there gets like $3,000 a day. Not joking. Like, there are other companies that charge more or charge less, but you need to find your base rate, because it's gonna set the tone for how much you're worth in the future when it comes to your face on a product. And if you see an agency and they're talking to you and they say, oh, well, if we try to raise the price of what we charge as a base rate, then no one's gonna wanna work with you. That's a red flag right there. Right there, baby.
Walk away.
Okay, because if they think that no one's going to book you for more money, they don't think you're worth that money. That's something I had to learn the hard way. You're looking at a fucking $1 billion face, baby. Okay? You're looking at a $1 billion body. You're looking at a fucking $1 trillion personality. I deserve that money. You deserve that money. So if you're with an agency or you're talking to an agency and they say, hey, like, you know, we can't raise our base rate because no one will work with you, you'll be too expensive. No, they just don't think that you're worth that. That means that you need to shut that down. Literally shut that down. Shut the talks of contract down. Go find somebody who knows your worth. Because they don't, and you can't teach that to them. If they don't just already see it, you can't. I literally cannot even begin to explain to you the differences of when I was with an agency that didn't see my worth to being with an agency now that does see my worth. It is like a night and day difference. I mean, I am around people who look at me and expect great things from me. They know great things will come from me. They are excited. They are excited for me to go out there and make them money, you know? And of course, you should be excited to, like, that's how they are normally, but like, they're excited to the point where they are supporting me. They are pushing me. You know, everything I said thus far, it still counts. It's still a business. There's still tons of fees. There's still things that is to be aware of. But when you're with an agency that knows your worth, that respects you and believes in you, like truly believes that you're going to become somebody one way or another, then you're going to feel better about yourself. You're going to be finding yourself at castings that you never would have gotten with these people who didn't think you were even worth more than $750 a day. So that is something that you need to actually talk about and ask when you are in those negotiations and in those contracts, because the last thing you want to be is to be sold short. If you're a black girl, and I'm sorry I can't give advice to other white girls because I don't really know what to tell you, but if you are a black girl trying to model and you move to New York City, find another black model with the agency that you're signing with. Do you hear me? Find another black model who is signed to the agency that you're signing with and talk to them. I can't guarantee you that every black model is going to be super nice, but I can tell you that we all look out for each other. I said this in my colorism video. Black models look out for each other. We do. All you have to do is ask. Go talk to another black model. I remember the first agency I was with. There was a model who I became close friends with, and she was like my mentor. I really appreciated her being there, and she was a black model. It was her and another black model, but everyone else, you know, it was the black models in that agency that I realized that I could talk to and find comfort in, and they would actually tell me the truth about things. And mind you, it's not like they're gonna be like, oh, this is shit and that's shit. They're just gonna tell you what to look out for. They're gonna give you proper suggestions as to where you should look to live. Like, I mean, just look for them, because they will actually tell you the truth. And every time I think about all the times that I was like so confused and upset and felt like I was being degraded and stuff, it was the black models that really helped me realize that I didn't deserve that. And there was an Asian model too. But anyway, she was mad cool. Yeah, okay, I think that's it for this video. This is gonna be a long one, I already know. I hope you guys found this video very insightful and informative. I hope that I didn't scare you away from modeling too much. It's not that like I wanted to do that in this video. That wasn't my intention. I didn't want you to run into modeling and just be so oblivious, you know? If I can prevent that for just one person, I'm happy. So, you know, I'm not telling you to run from modeling. Shit, go in there, make your damn money, but take care of yourself. Protect your person, protect your spirit, and protect your damn money, because that's your money. That's your money. All right. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please like it. Subscribe. If you want to, you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter. My Instagram is Upset Avocados. My Twitter is Livy'sTV. And I have a TikTok. I'll be using it. Like, I use it every now and then. But if you want to see my TikTok is Upset Avocados. I just want to say one more time, thank you to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate your support. I really appreciate all your feedback. I'm literally so grateful. Thank you. I'm trying to pass that 1,000 subscriber threshold. So if you guys would like to share and you show support, I would really appreciate that. You also don't have to. You could just watch this video, take some notes. As long as you learn something in this video, that's all that matters. Okay? So, all right. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.